Hello, everyone. Today is July 29th, 2025, and I'm here to do our weekly check-in. So let's begin. If you're wearing headphones, please lower the volume. I welcome in my spirit guides and holy angels, and the highest and greatest good. I welcome messages of love and light that bring healing and love to all. Please bless this reading. Thank you. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get straight into the reading. Okay, so for today, I would like to go ahead and use the Tarot Visions. And next, I will use the Romance Angels. And then finally, a postcard from Spirit. Okay, so let's go ahead and see. Their Spirit and Holy Angels, can you please reveal to me clear messages in regards to divine masculine and feminine energy? Thank you, Spirit. What is the energy of the divine masculine, or for the viewer who is watching this, the person that they are inquiring for this week? What is the energy, please, Spirit? Okay, so we have here the Ace of Swords, and overall, the masculines, they're feeling as if maybe they made a wrong decision. Maybe they feel like they're a failure. Perhaps, they have been arguing with the feminine or with the karmic, okay? They could feel insulted. They could feel guilty. Whatever this thing, um, it's definitely not very clear, okay? Um, and this is in regards to letting go. Letting go of maybe a past decision, maybe letting go of what they have done for a particular person. So, what I'm hearing from Spirit is that your person has been very generous to the karmic. So, let's just say that they have a family with the karmic person, and they've done all that they could, to kind of make things right, is what I'm hearing. The thing is that they're not feeling very stable because of their past actions. Okay, so I have a feeling that there was a situation with the masculine and the karmic where the masculine tried to make their wrongs right by doing all that they can. And what I'm seeing is that maybe the karmic is taking, all that they can from the divine masculine. And so I see here the tower. There is some sort of like trauma event. Maybe this is like looking at the past, but I see her the Ten of Cups. So all of a sudden, the whole happy family vibe is actually. Oh. So again, what I'm hearing from Spirit is that this person let go of their family, okay? Because I see that they were trying to balance out their own energy. They're trying to keep the peace, and they're feeling hopeless. Why? Maybe I see here the Emperor. Maybe they're a father. Maybe they're just being protective. And what I'm seeing is that it was just unfair. The whole vibe that I'm picking up for this week is that it's really unfair for the masculines to make the karmic happy, right? for whatever reason, maybe that the masculine did something wrong to the karmic and now they're making up for their past actions. I could be talking about the viewer, okay? If you feel that, that is your story, where this particular masculine had made a wrong decision about arguing about a situation about family. This could be about going back to family, or maybe the reasons why that they have to spend more time with the family. They feel like they have some sort of obligation. They know that it's not fair. Okay, they see that the feminine is the generous person. You're very caring and very protective, and they had to step aside to kind of see where they're at this time. What I'm getting is that they're really disappointed with themselves, and and that's where the arrogance is coming from. It's probably from alcohol or from substance abuse, or maybe this is just ego if they're not like into any mind altering substances. They could have an addiction to their past. Okay, the past things that they kept telling themselves is what I'm hearing. And so the idea here is that, they know that in the past they were immature. Okay, they were immature. They didn't say no to stress. They took on everything that they could, and hence the reason why they either broke up with the karmic, got into a divorce. For some, they met the feminine. Okay, there was a period of separation. Maybe they were trying to sort things out, and then in comes the feminine energy. And then even with the feminine, it just seems like it was short-lived. There's arguments that I'm also seeing here. So there's this fear and anxiety that they know that they're not happy. And now they're clear on what their values are, and they're holding back from communicating about long-term commitment. Okay, so here's the thing. If your person was already in a previous situation, a previous commitment, they're having a hard time of opening up to the feminine and to offer that long-term commitment based off of their past trauma. What I'm also hearing is that because of their past, they're very cautious about taking the next big step forward, and the thing that is coming to mind is the Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt, where they were in a relationship for a long period of time. And now that they're divorced, Brad Pitt have moved on, and I believe he's dating another female, and she wants a more commitment coming from Brad. But Brad, because of his past situation, he's not like eager to jump into like a full blown committed relationship. Even though I feel like he's in a monogamous relationship with the new lady. So yeah, I mean that's the vibe that I'm picking up. That's what this feels like. So let's see. Okay, so the masculines, they're trying to figure out what they should do. Okay, for some, this could be about travel. So it's going to take a level of patience. So they're holding back. They're not wanting to offer concrete plans to the feminine because they themselves don't know for sure what it is that they really want. Okay, I'm also seeing here, they feel like they need to muster up all the courage to come back to the feminine. They are connecting with the feminine through telepathic communication. So, like, if your intuition is picking up on the twins' energy, okay, like, write that down. Because I definitely see here that they are thinking of the feminine at this time. And right now, their ego is in the way of their 10 of Pentacles. Okay. I see here the Magician. That's not a good energy, to be honest. So maybe this is what I'm hearing. They are uh, maybe they're portraying on the outside that they're doing well, financially, they're doing well with their family, they're doing well with their career, but this is all a lie. Okay, so whatever you see on the outside isn't the true story, is what I'm seeing here. Because of the masculine's ego, they want to, showcase that their life is okay, but it really isn't. What I'm seeing here also is that the masculine is thinking about traveling back to the feminine and wanting to spend time with the feminine. For some of these masculines, they could be tricking the feminine in order to get closer to the feminine. So, I mean, this isn't anything new to the feminines, right? Where the masculines, they come in and out of the feminine's life, and they could be telling you sweet nothings. They could be giving you a story, just to spend some time with the feminine, when the masculine knows that this could be temporary, is what I'm also seeing. So, in the outcome, yeah, so we have here Death, the Knight of Swords, and the Knight of Cups. So there's definitely a new beginning or an opportunity for the masculines to approach the feminine in a romantic way. Okay, so I see here, sweet kisses and, just like this energy of, like, really like, well, what is this, like a Romeo, they come in quick and then they leave, kind of energy, kind of like a um, whirlwind romance. There's definitely something new. There's a change for this masculine to come in. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I see here, this masculine is gonna come off as being charming. Okay, very sweet. They're definitely thinking long term with the feminine, but they could be like tricking the feminine. I don't know. Maybe this is because the masculines, they're not completely secure. Because I see here in their feelings, they're trying to gather up the courage to be with the feminine here, okay, with the Three of Cups energy, and using their intuition, okay, about how are they going to do this. So I definitely do see that for a wave of my twins, you could get some sort of contact or communication. And I definitely see it could go both ways, because I see here the High Priestess. Okay. And that doesn't necessarily mean a physical connection. This could mean like a dream. Like perhaps the masculine came to the feminine in their dream recently, is what I'm saying. And you guys had a conversation in the dream state. So they don't know what to do. They want to make an offer, a solid offer to the feminine. However, there could be strings attached. There could be, that's why there's like this energy of manipulation, even though I don't think that the masculine wants to categorize it as a manipulation. But they feel like they have to say something or do something, because there's still some sort of attachment to the karmic. So there is some sort of setback because they're conflicted about having a brand new beginning with you. Okay, so I'm not gonna lie, I feel like there's a wave of masculines who are playing it small but really meaning well. Like they want more, but they don't know where the feminine stands, so they're coming in like, like testing the waters, or just joking, or just, doing something like that. And it's because they're protecting themselves and their ego. They don't want to come out straightforward to the feminine about their ideas, what they want, their beliefs, and they don't know if it's in alignment with the feminine. So, feminine, I mean, if you feel called to have a conversation with the masculine, if this sounds like your person, um, then I would say, since you have the heads up, what is it that you really want in the connection with this particular person? And are they beating around the bush about it is another thing, because I feel like there's Lionsgate portal is on August 8th. And so that's like an opening to like a whole new chapter. Okay. So depending on which direction you want to go, that would be kind of the way to open up about the next step. So that's what I'm seeing here. Um, they feel really bad that they made a wrong decision about like choosing to stay with the karmic or choosing to spend more time with the karmic, because ultimately there's more arguments, and they feel bad. Okay. And I know that not all karmics are bad, okay, but I feel like deep down inside, based off of the history that the masculine has with the karmic, they're starting to see, okay, like the energy between them and the karmic person, and the energy between you and them. That's why this particular person wants to open up to the feminine. They want to know, like, how do you think about them, even though that some time has passed. Like, this person is wanting to come and approach the feminine. And I see here the Two of Wands. This is 2 days or 2 weeks. Okay. So let's see. What else? So, Spirit, what additional messages does this masculine want to say to the feminine? What does this person want to say to the feminine? Trust. Okay, this situation is calling you to have faith. So the masculine wants you to trust them. Okay, like maybe before you couldn't trust them because they went in a different direction, or they chose the karmic over you, is what I'm saying. So let's see here. What else do we need to know about the masculine? Just one more card, please, Spirit. We have chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here. So there's definitely chemistry, okay? If you're feeling the chemistry between you and this person, just know that, just trust, okay? Don't overthink it. Sometimes people, they overthink a connection. Like, is this for real or what? Maybe this person has deceived the feminine before. But what I'm saying is that trust in divine time. Trust that if you guys have chemistry with one another, then the situation is telling the feminine to have faith. Okay, so let's see, what is the final guidance message for the collective? Okay, it says, dear you, you're in a such good shape right now, and we're all doing a happy dance. In this moment, you have the power to make a choice to give the spirit and co-create a miracle. You may wonder, where is this all going? But if you want to manifest your desires for the highest good, you need to stay focused on the now. All powers in the present moment. Ask yourself, what are your dominant thoughts right now? Your beliefs are you motivated? What beliefs are you motivated by? Do you have clarity right now? How is your conscious contact with the divine? Are you plugged in, or are you trying to do life all by your small self? Get rid of negative energy now. Okay, so, automatically what I'm feeling is this trust card. For some of my feminines, if you're watching this, you don't trust that the masculine will ever change. You possibly don't trust that the masculine will want to have a long term commitment with you. But what I'm seeing here is that if you get rid of the negative energy, um, forget about the resentment. If you have resentment for the masculine based off of their past, um, let it go. Forgive and love, and let love enter. Please. You can do your life beautifully and create your most beautiful future right here, right now, in this moment. Aren't you thrilled to know that you have a huge cheering section over here? Love and hugs always. So, Spirit is saying trust. Like, if you're watching this and you've been with me on this channel for some time, and, let's just say that the masculine chose someone else over you. And I really feel like there's some of these twins are actually coming back into union where the masculine is choosing you. Okay. They're choosing you. If you don't believe it, Spirit is saying trust. Trust, if you have resentment, if you have anger, if you have hate, because that person did something to you. And I don't mean in a really bad way. If they did something worse, then that's not a divine masculine, okay? That's just a narcissistic person, okay? So what I'm feeling is that if your person is a truly divine person, they're coming back to choose you. You just have to trust in divine time. You have to trust the process. If you have any kind of doubt, do not doubt. Okay, because where more doubt is, that is where there's an underlying energy for that doubt, and that's because you don't trust them. Okay, so that's something to think about. So I hope that was helpful. Let me know. Thank you all for watching. And if you guys would like to book a personal reading with me, you can do so at www.scorpiomoonintuition.com. You can also follow me on IG as Scorpio Moon Intuition. I hope y'all have a lovely day, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.